Is Xcad legitimate? Let's talk about it. Xcad is an application which you can get for the Chrome browser extension or on your Android phone or iPhone devices. You start by installing the application, whether you're using the Chrome browser extension application or you go on the Android Play Store or the Apple Play Store for iOS devices. After installing the application, you create an account to start using the application. And they're missing a step here on the Xcad website because you actually have to buy an NFT before you can actually find your favorite creators and start earning. It's kind of interesting that they don't include the purchase of an NFT in the basic instructions, whereas no doubt you're already aware that you need to buy an NFT if you're already familiar with Xcad. The Xcad instructions themselves, they don't bother to tell you that you have to purchase an NFT in order to start earning crypto. If you click through the links in their basic sign-up process, specifically the earning play tokens, they then will mention that users must mint an NFT, allowing them to earn play tokens while watching specified creators' videos. And then, of course, they don't bother to give you any idea of what those NFTs cost on this page. The basic premise behind Xcad is that once you install the application, create your account, mint your NFT, which they refer to as a nerd, you can then start watching YouTube videos from Xcad of a very small, limited subset of YouTube creators, which are actually part of the Xcad network. And after watching at least 80% of a video, you get credit for having watched a video, and then you make a certain amount of crypto. And the idea behind it is this is supposed to help YouTubers grow in a saturated space. Although the creators are already large creators. When you look at the Xcad Network website under creators, and they tell you about what creators are involved, they're saying that this creator has 32.8 million subscribers. Here's another with 29 million, 25.9 million, 6.5 million, 9 million, 15 million, almost 4 million, 6.5 million. This isn't about helping channels grow because this is already the top like 1 or 2% of YouTube creators in the first place. And you also notice that this list is, well, it's very short. The other interesting thing about the Xcad network and the whole helping YouTubers to grow in a saturated space is that I can't find any way to apply to be a part of the Xcad network as a creator. It's not on their creator page. And having Googled it for a while, I can't find some other page anywhere where you can actually fill out an application to be part of the Xcad network as a creator. And one would think that that would be part of the process. Or if you logically conclude that they don't want to do that because there would be far too many applications, I would at least think that this list of creators would have grown over the past couple of years. And perhaps it has from launch, but they're only listing something like 16 creators in here. That's nothing. There's hardly anybody listed. And I'm not familiar with any of these except for What If. Not that I know all YouTube channels. Of course, I don't know all YouTube channels, but this is just a tiny list of creators. And it doesn't appear that they're doing anything to add more creators to Xcad. And full disclosure here, I have not installed Xcad. I have not created an account. I certainly haven't paid over $100 to mint the cheapest NFT, which they refer to as a nerd. And I have not browsed the available videos that a person can watch in order to earn crypto. But I do find it interesting that if they do have more creators than just these 16, why they wouldn't put on their website that these are the top creators involved and they have 50 more or 100 more or 1,000 more, and therefore a diverse marketplace with broad appeal so that you can more likely find content that is of interest to you to watch. One of the things to do when doing your due diligence and doing your own research on a crypto project is to see who's involved. What are the founders? Who are the team members? And if we scroll down this page, they list their team and the founders. And you'll notice that one of the founders is listed as part of the team, and the other, Joel Morris, is apparently a founder, but not actually part of the team having anything to do with the development or marketing of Xcad, or at least that's what I would conclude from Xcad's webpage, where they divide the founders and the team as shown on screen here. The interesting thing is I started to try to research Xcad a bit further, and pretty quickly I came across some comments about one of the founders, Joel Morris. You are hopefully familiar with CoffeeZilla if you are a crypto investor. And in a video that Coffee put out a couple years ago on a crypto called Save the Kids, titled "This Massive Influencer Scam Just Got Worse," well, Coffee has a few things to say about Joel Morris.
Another interesting moment of the call was he told me that a YouTuber named Joel Morris was also involved. Now, Joel Morris is the creator of Xcademy token. He's another one of these guys claiming to be serious and trustworthy with crypto. So what did this guy do when he got in the pre-sale? Joel Morris was involved as well. Do you remember what address he gave you? He should have given you an address to check, right?
Yep.
Can I see it?
I have it.
Let's do a quick check here.
Easy scan.
Oh, he immediately dumped. Oh, man. Looks like Joel Morris took advantage of your little crypto rule here.
4 hours, everything right away.
And then it looks like, within a very short amount of time, he completely dumped his bags. He sold immediately to drive the price of a kid's charity token even further into the dirt. By the way, you'll notice here that Joel Morris took advantage of the change in the anti-whale code because he was selling literally every minute. So clearly, these influencers knew that the code has changed.
Well, you just heard it straight from CoffeeZilla himself. Joel Morris allegedly dumped a charity token that was purported to be all about helping children via the crypto project Save the Kids. And Joel Morris is one of the founders of Xcad. And here is an article about Joel Morris stepping down from the Xcad Network after selling his own tokens and Save the Kids crypto coins. Here are some statements made by Joel Morris, evidently speaking first about Save the Kids, saying things like he invested his own money, did not get it for free, did not promote it, was not involved in any of the marketing plans, etc., did not know the project existed 2 hours before it launched, due to it dumping 50% in 2 minutes, panicked and started to sell off parts of his holdings to avoid losing money. Goes on to make other comments like never promoted the project anywhere, did not tell anyone about it, even though many influencers were tweeting about it every 5 minutes, did not mention it once anywhere on social media. There's also some comments about Xcad wallet selling, and he says that he sold 2,000 Xcad. However, it was only showing the sell orders. He bought 2 times the amount of tokens that he sold, and apparently the wallet that he's showing started with no Xcad and currently holds 1,936 as a result. Goes on to further state things such as he now is aware that it was wrong to be trading his tokens and apparently has learned from the experience, and eventually steps down from Xcad. And here are some screenshots of wallet transactions. All of these things you can find links to in the description below as well. And of course, like with just about anything, if you do a little digging, you can find some negativity. In this case, negativity about Xcad. This is a breakdown of one YouTuber's video. And in this breakdown of this YouTuber's video, they talk about how Xcad play is down 50% due to unsustainable practices and changes to the reward system, disappointing investors. The Xcad project is in trouble with a 50% price drop and negative impact on the community due to unsustainable updates and lack of transparency in tokenomics and roadmap, even going so far as to say that it is a Ponzi scheme with broken promises, resulting in a 50% drop in value and loss of trust due to excessive updates and complicated features deviating from the original game concept, citing that Xcad has dropped by 50% after YouTubers stopped promoting it. And I will say that in researching this topic, I can only find videos that are 2-3 months old or older from larger YouTube channels, larger, more established YouTube channels. And by that, roughly channels that have about 10,000 subscribers or more haven't really been creating videos about this in recent weeks. It's really just the much, much smaller channels that will occasionally throw out a video or two talking about some facet of Xcad. We can see here just by looking at coin market cap at the Xcad token that the price of the Xcad token back in mid-August of 2023 was about $1.50. And the price slowly started to come down. And this is also around the time when YouTubers were definitely still promoting the token. And if we were to go back to earlier in 2023, the token price hit nearly $2. But as the popularity has waned because it's not being promoted so much, or at least one could draw that conclusion without doing more research, we will see that the token price has just been falling and falling until the current price today is about 81 cents. Also at CoinMarketCap, we can see the Xcad Network play token price of late. And like the Xcad token itself, if you go back to earlier September and August and earlier in the year, the price was quite a bit higher than it is much more recently. And this is kind of in line with the claims that the price has dumped as YouTubers have stopped promoting Xcad. But it may not be quite that simple. Crypto prices go up and down all the time, and that by itself doesn't mean that it is a good or bad project. Just based on a little bit that I have found on Xcad, I don't think that it was planned as a scam. Like, I don't think it's a premeditated rug pull or scam. And I don't really know of anything in its history up to this point that would suggest otherwise. I don't think that the base concept for Xcad was particularly bad, but, you know, between them potentially not having very many creators, again, I didn't create an account, buy an NFT, and then browse through all their videos. I kind of suspect from other demonstrations that I've seen by other YouTubers that they probably do have some more YouTubers than just the 16 that they list on their creator page. But again, like I said earlier, it seems very strange to me that they wouldn't revise that. You know, they wouldn't let you know, like tell people like, hey, you know, we've actually got over 1,000 creators. These are just some of our top creators by subscriber base. Or something, just something to inform you that there's more than those 16 creators. The fact that I can't find a place to apply to be a part of the Xcad network as a creator, that doesn't make me feel bullish about the project either. And the fact that it seems that the price is directly correlated to the current popularity, which, yeah, you could say that about so many things, right? Cryptos and otherwise. But in the case of Xcad, it seems to be pretty much solely dependent upon, is the Xcad marketing department actively reaching out to YouTubers for sponsorships? And to be very clear, I'm not against sponsorships. I'm not against paid promotions, which would be the same thing, or affiliate links, or using Patreon, or using merchandising, or selling your own product or service as a YouTuber. I'm not against these things. However, I think that too many YouTubers get caught up far too easily by the price tag, because in their struggle to potentially build a business on YouTube and, struggling to get views, get subscribers, get your RPM up, somebody comes along and says, hey, we'll pay you $1,000 a month for the next 3 months if you promote our product or service. And it may or may not be something that the YouTuber is familiar with. They may or may not do much research. And they just keep thinking, wow, that's an extra $3,000 over the next 3 months, or whatever they're offered. It could be $500 one-time payment. It could be $5,000. Some of the much larger channels, they might get offered $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 for some of these paid sponsorships. But the point is that Xcad seems to really thrive while there are those paid sponsorships going. And then it kind of just falls off a cliff once those paid sponsorships end. Between that and the fact that, again, I have suspicions, I have concerns as to just how many YouTube creators you can even watch through Xcad in the first place. And the fact that I'm not aware of really much, if any, utility of the token outside of this watch to earn ecosystem, that I'm not very bullish on the project. Even though I don't think that it's a scam, I'm not very bullish on the project. I don't think its fundamentals are particularly strong. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the cryptos that doesn't really quite survive this next cycle that we're currently in. For reference, today is November 11th, 2023. Why don't you guys let us know what you think of Xcad? I know that there's some of you out there that are going to say, I'm a fool. You spent $500. You've already made back $1,700 over the last 4 months, or the first 4 months of you owning an NFT. Believe me, I've seen those stories too. What I'd be interested in is, are you still using it now? And how profitable is it for you now versus 3 months ago?